Thank you, Alejandro. Yes, indeed, we are with a very happy winner of the round, Dariusz Swiercz. Dariusz, first of all, congratulations. It was kind of a balanced event up until the last 2 rounds. Yeah. And after that, back-to-back victories. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing to win the last 2 games, of course. And yeah, it was overall a great tournament, I think, for me, result-wise. I missed +2 in such a strong field is a big achievement, I think. Some spoiled games, some lucky games, so yeah, overall I'm happy with my result.
Maybe a bit topsy-turvy up until today's game. Today it felt quite smooth. Take us through the critical moments.
Sure.
And we have it right here.
All right, so e4, c5, yeah. So Alex surprised me with g6. I was expecting only e5 in my prep, which is what Alex played against Jeffrey. And I prepared something there. But g6 came as a surprise, and I didn't want to play d4 because I like mostly Maroczy stuff, and here I'm not getting it, so I decided just to play bishop b5. So he tricked me with this move order, which is pretty smart. Yeah, and now e5, and so here I just played a3, knight e7, bishop c4. So I wasted the tempo because I didn't really want to take on c6, but because bc and I'm not getting anything. But bishop b5, bishop c4 is like a waste of a tempo. But anyway, I don't think it matters this much because the character of the position is pretty, pretty calm, right? So I don't think it matters much. So yeah, d3, d6. Here, interesting was bishop g5, but I wasn't sure whether I should trade this bishop for the knight. Mm-hmm. It makes sense, of course, but I'm not really sure because main position is just. I need this bishop, so I thought that I will not do it. So I just play rook b1, h6, yeah, b4, yeah, what did he do? King h7, yeah, takes, knight d5 is pretty normal, b6. And here was interesting one after b6 that I wanted to play at first rook e1, but then I realized that he has knight a5, possibly. I'm not really sure if it works, but I think it's interesting. And knight a7, knight takes c4.
And we do have the end of that game as Raja Harshid won his first game of the tournament. Good to see him making that final comeback. You were mentioning here knight a5, yeah. And the idea is...
Knight takes e7, knight takes c4. And it's getting complicated. Knight takes g6, and I think king takes g6.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. D takes c4, queen takes d1, rook takes d1, and my pawn structure is pretty bad. And I think it's important to take with the king because he has always f5 ideas, and I think it's compensation pretty much. Like let's say bishop e6 or something, I'm not really sure. Also, very important thing that bishop b2 has f6 always. So he always has some compensation here on with such pawn structure. That's why it's important to take with the king, not with the pawn, because he has f6 in that case.
That if I pawn would be too weak in that case.
Right.
Yeah, so, but anyway, this is just kind of small nuance I decided to take. Queen e7, bishop d5 is all normal, rook e1, rook c8, bishop d2, queen d6. Yeah, here I like c4. Install this bishop on d5, I mean secure it. Yeah, bishop c3. Yeah, g5, and this move surprised me a little bit. I didn't expect it. I don't know what else he could do, but this move surprised me a little bit. Queen c2, knight g6. Yeah, and here I wasn't sure g3 is the right move or not. I thought maybe knight d2, knight f4, and knight f1 or something. But on the other hand, like I didn't want to get this knight to f4. But probably it's just detail that didn't really matter. Anyway, g3. What did he do? He went back knight d7, queen b2, f6, knight d2. I want to bring my knight to e3 ideally. But it's not so easy because if I play knight f1, he has f5 or something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wants to break open that structure.
Yes,
right?
He wants to break up the center of f5 ideally, or b5. Like sort of almost happened in the game. Yeah, that's why I played rook e2 to sort of make prophylaxis against this. And here my small trick was that after queen c2, he plays b5 right now. I wanted to play d4. And if e5 wins, and if cd bishop b4 also wins, I believe.
That's a very picturesque move.
Yeah.
That's that's pretty clever.
Yeah, but he played move a6, which I guess he did not see d4 idea. But then I started thinking about this, and after d4, I wasn't sure what's going after c takes d4, bishop b4 and queen c7, bishop b7, rook e8, bishop b4, a5.
This one, yeah.
Yes, bishop b4 and a5, and bishop is getting trapped. Of course, position is I'm not worse there, but I wasn't sure who benefits from all this stuff, or maybe I missed something here in this position. But I think I should be still better, but I don't know. I think anyway I should have gone for it, because I played this move rook e1 and he played just king h8. So this was kind of unnecessary, I think.
I'm cheating because it's like the 3rd hour commentary. Takes, rook e8, a5, and it says it actually prefers white.
Probably bishop c3.
Bishop c3 or any move. Queen, knight b3, whatever.
Was the evaluation?
Plus 1.2, nothing.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure because, I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So I played rook e1, king h8, and now we got this position and we just play on a couple of moves. And here it got complicated somehow because we played very strong move a5 and he gets his knight to b4. I played a4 to stop him from getting b5, but anyway, I didn't want him to play b5. So knight f1 and b4, queen d1. Oh, this was a mistake, I guess.
Nah, don't worry too much about it.
All right, now f5, and I wasn't sure if it takes f5 is the right move or not.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, takes, I have to take on b4, unfortunately. Now he takes the a pawn. I think he has to take the c pawn to always have some squares.
Was he able to take on d5 first instead of taking on f5? Was that
yeah, there's also a line, but knight takes d5, c takes d5. And the thing is that e5 pawn is always weak.
Yeah, this is kind of an issue, actually.
Yeah, this is the idea.
And you save that pawn with g4, right? If you
yeah, if queen d5, I can play always g4 word. I mean, first
knight
d3 first, yes, and I can always play g4 word later. So his pawn f5 is very strong. So he decided to go on f5, take on b4, and knight d3. It looks pretty normal. Bishop d7, bishop e4. Yeah, and this here I was really happy with my position. Maybe super happy is overstatement because I was worried a little bit about the pawn b4, which could be an issue in the long-term perspective. This pawn on a5 will be, of course, winning position nearly. But here I had some doubts about this pawn b4. But on the other hand, I cannot really see how I can attack my pawn a4 because my bishop on e4. I can always play rook a2, rook a1, and maybe play for a5. And pawn b3 also, pawn b4 is also not really going anywhere. So I just think it's better for white. And here he played move g4, which I think was a big mistake because this move, it seemingly is logical because he wants to play h5, bishop h6, activate this dead bishop on g7. On the other hand, it just weakens the king side like a lot. So I think after h4 is already huge advantage. Rook a2 and h3. Yeah, knight d5 first. Queen d8 takes. If he takes bishop takes g4, I play f3 and rook h2, which I think is very strong.
Yeah, but the problem is that this is
something on the h file is always coming.
Yeah, something on the h file is strong.
Yeah, the king on g2 is so safe. Like, there's absolutely no way in which black can create anything.
Yeah, I mean here I think it's just close to winning, if not just winning.
Yeah, it's a +3 already.
+3 already, okay. Strategically winning, right? Rook a8. Here I was thinking if I can play knight c7, but I just don't think it's necessary. So I just played rook a1.
I think you would give your coach a heart attack
yeah.
Knight c7.
if you play knight c7.
So I just played rook a1. What?
I'm just going to put it on the engine. Knight c7, yeah?
Doesn't work probably.
It does not work.
Does not work. That's what I thought.
Okay, good.
I calculated well enough that it doesn't work.
Oh my god.
But I was tempted.
Please don't. Thank you.
Yeah, rook a1.
Rook a1.
Rook a1, yeah. So rook h8, and now knight takes b6 works.
Now this works.
Because queen b6, bishop a8, rook a8, queen e5, and then I play rook takes h6 on anything.
And checkmate.
Yeah, this is just going to be
and
checkmate.
It's just queen f6, rook h1, rook h8 mate.
Yeah. All right, so you played rook a7, but this is pretty much over. We do have a draw, kind of expected that draw, between Sam Khanin and Robert Hungaski in that complicated queen endgame that ended up with the black player with an extra pawn, but no real chances.
And that finishes the B group.
And that finishes the B group. We are only 2 games left. We'll go back to them. But yeah, this is just hopeless, and it was a pretty checkmate at the end.
Yeah.
It's very picturesque.
Yeah, rook g5, rook h1. This was nice.
Dariusz, you mentioned a big event for you. What is next for you?
Final four.
Yes, this one actually remembers.
He knows.
we had Hakobian in just before you, and we asked him, "What's your next tournament?" He said, "I don't know, something in May."
Final four in April, right?
April 2nd and 3rd in Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to your games. What does this tournament, the Spring Chess Classic, the Fall Chess Classic, what does this tournament mean for you?
I don't know how to answer this question, but they are basically just amazing that they are here. I enjoy playing every single one of them. So I'm really grateful to St. Louis Chess Club for organizing them, and yeah, I hope and I wish I can get invited in the future too.
Well, thank you very much, Dariusz. We're looking forward to your next few tournaments.
Thank you.
Certainly making a name for himself, and a +2 score is a good reason to invite him to the next one, no doubt about that. Surging in the rankings, as we mentioned, a very tough field here at in the top 10 of the US Championships. Dariusz